Thank you for joining us here at Subsurface Detection Specialists. Today we're going to be demonstrating some of the new software that we have that we can use with our ground penetrating radar system, or GPR. What this software does, it takes the information that we gather from the GPR while we're out in the field, and it puts it into a format that's very easy for people to view and understand, even if you have very little experience working with utilities or interpreting the results of ground penetrating radar. This makes it very, very easy for anybody to see. The first display that we have here is a snapshot of the ground that we surveyed. This particular vision came from a 50 by 50 foot area which we scanned in 2 foot increments, going left to right and then front to back. As you can see here, there's not much to see on this first display. As we scroll through, you can notice some slight differences in the appearance until we get to an area like this. What we're seeing here, and you can see this area where I'm holding the mouse over, is this bright black, white and black arc. We have another one up here that isn't quite so dark. That's what's called a hyperbola. That indicates that our ground penetrating radar found a target under the ground. While one hyperbola in itself does not necessarily mean anything, what we're doing here is we're displaying a whole host of them together across this pit. And as you'll see shortly, the computer takes a lot of the guesswork out of it for us and shows us exactly what we're looking at. As we scroll through further, you're going to see more and more of these hyperbola. What we can do, I've already gone ahead and filtered all the information that we found here. This process typically takes about 1 to 2 hours in the lab to get it right before we have the information in such a format that we can easily present it to a client. What we're going to see here is exactly what the client would see. This is a sample of the report that we would give. Okay, so what you're looking at here is the entire 50 by 50 foot grid that we were working in. What I can do is I can zoom in and out, I can scroll left to right, move this grid around, and I can also go up and down as far as different depths go. This particular scan went to a depth of 8 feet, and as you can see here, as I start to go down, we can see different things appearing. Any area where you have one of these bright straight lines, that would indicate a pipe under the ground, which can easily be drawn onto the map. As an example, we have one right here. As you can see, I can then draw a line onto it. That's going to indicate that we have a pipe in that particular area. Another great advantage of this software is it allows us to change the colour of these particular pipes. As we all know, each different target that we find underground has a different colour that correlates to it. In this case, presuming that this was a communications line that we found, we could go with orange. Click OK, we have an orange line. This one here. If we were to presume that this was an electric line, we would colour that red. And in this case, if it was water, potable water, we could do it blue. So there's a whole host of information that we can gather by utilising the ground penetrating radar. At Subsurface Detection Specialists, we pride ourselves in giving you the information in a format that you want to see it in. So our customer can basically dictate to us how we're going to produce this data and give it back to you. Obviously it has to work within the constraints of our software, but if this is something that anybody is interested in, by all means give us a call at 800 446 7044. We'd be happy to discuss the services that we can provide for you.